everyone. Let's see who's here. I'll wait for a couple of minutes before we go live. Hello, can I have a hello, please? Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. Just waiting for a few minutes for other people. It's a 2:02. And yes, we have beautiful weather over here in Australia, in Melbourne, and it's very hot today. But then I decided to make best of the outdoors. Can you hear me properly, by the way? Can somebody please confirm that? Can anybody hear me properly? Any issues with the voice? I would prefer a thumbs up or something. If you can hear me, please. Come on, guys. We are here for a chit chat. Hi, Marian. Hi, Sanjeev. Sanjeev, can you hear me? Hello. Lisa, can you hear me? Anybody? Can you hear me? Come on, guys. If you can't hear me, then it's no use. Tell me. Thank you. Otherwise, it's no use. Tuba, hi. Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for confirming. Hi guys, more people. Just one more minute and then we'll start with our webinar. How's winters treating you guys in India? And everywhere in the world, by the way, other than the Australia. How's winters treating you? Lisa, where are you from, by the way? Like you are from Australia, I know, but where in Australia? Okay. Just one moment. Oh, Ohio. Wow. Well, you must be having winters there. We have awful lot of summers going on here. It's going to be 38 degrees today. Okay. These, I tell you, these AirPods don't help me at all. They don't like me. I don't like them. Like me. Okay. So let's begin. We'll not waste any more of the time. So hi guys, I'm Poonam. I am a little bit about me. I am a dentist turned into a food consultant. So a little information about me. Yes, I'm a qualified dentist. More than that, my passion brought me here. All the more that I don't look at the diseases as a part of issue. I look at them as an opportunity. No, not to earn money, but to make sure that, what can be done about them. Because most of the people I have seen I don't know why everybody, when they get some kind of a disease, they just think that okay, life is over. This is what I have to do. This is what I can do. This is what I'm not supposed to eat, and I can't eat a lot of things. Okay, the life is over. No, the life is not over. It's just giving you a new opportunity. It is up to you how you use that opportunity. So a little bit about me: a dentist who became a celiac after my father's death. Doctors said that it was because I couldn't handle the trauma of my father going away. That meant going gluten free. Being an Indian, that meant a lot of things going away because we are not used to bread, the commercial processed bread. We are not used to it. Yes, there are a lot of alternatives in these countries, but still we need the food we are used to eating. So, what happened from there? I started working on my disease. First, I started working on the food. That how can I get something to eat for myself? And I'm a little bit of perfectionist. I took 2.5 years to create a gluten-free range in which I created everything a person could want, from samosas to bhaturas to, this is typically Indian, but yes, I wanted to have them. So I created that range, which is completely gluten free, which you can have. So I'm not going to indulge a lot into that. But then what was happening, unfortunately, yeah, when I was about to market my range, what happened was that my mom also left me. So it was a testing time for me, and that made me more vulnerable. And next thing I know, I turned lactose and sorbitol intolerant. That meant more foods going away, even apples. And I wasn't getting healed. And yes, the gluten-free range which I had created, well, out of that also a lot of things vanished. And then I have a family history of diabetes. So I'm not diabetic, but yes, I have a family history of diabetes, and myself being a celiac meant more prone to being diabetic, more prone to being getting thyroid issues, more prone to all the autoimmune diseases you can think of. Now, as I said, I'm a perfectionist. And obviously, if I was creating a range, I was giving it to the people. So I was testing it as well. And with that, it simply meant that if I am using that range to give to people, I'm testing it, there cannot be any gluten in it, then why the hell am I not getting cured? That was a major issue. Every 2 years, I was undergoing gastroscopy. Every single 2 years. There were lots of issues I was facing, but yes, this was also one of them. And every 2 years, there would be this thing that, okay, let's do a gastroscopy and exactly the same results. No healing at all. I got frustrated. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows that gluten-free food is about 4 times expensive than the normal food we have. That brought me to an agitated kind of a state where I told my doctor that if this is the case, and yes, my celiac was so bad that I was at 95% risk of cancer. So, sorry, so it's windy. So now that left me to a point where I couldn't deal with this anymore. And I spoke to my doctor and I was very agitated. And I told them, I said, listen, if you guys can't heal me, let go of me, let me eat gluten, let me die in peace at least. I am done. Doing the surveillance of my food, doing all these things, and this was where I was going towards. Now, I wouldn't have committed a suicide. I'm not that kind of a person, but yes, it was more of that. I was frustrated. Uh, I'm kind of a person who, you know, kills others before killing myself. Just a joke. And next thing I know, they were not able to do this 6 years, and then they decided that okay, let's do a gastroscopy on you once again and see how much is the damage now, and if it hasn't changed, we need to put you on chemotherapy kind of medicines for lifetime. And that was a very big stress for me. Chemotherapy kind of medicines. No, I'm not prepared for that. So, and on top of it, I had started my research. When I became a celiac, I had started my research. So, with my research, I was dealing with foods. I'm sorry, I'm going to check my camera a little bit. So, I was going a little bit about this thing that I am not going to go on this. I had been doing my research for 6 years. I had been taking different kind of food things from which we typically use in India for different things. And I had done my research up to cellular level of diseases, that why actually the disease happens. Not only celiac, any disease for that reason. Why does that disease happen? And if it happens, then how can we heal it? And yes, my Indian knowledge of herbs, my Indian knowledge of food also came in handy. And from there, I started my own journey of healing myself. Surprise came when I was about to go for that gastroscopy, and I did my own treatment 3 months before, like not now, but 3 months before the gastroscopy. And I was on the verge that, no, not on the verge, but I was thinking that, okay, at least this gastroscopy will give me a little bit of idea that how am I looking, like what are my villi looking at? And next thing would be that how in 2 years, how have I recovered from my own treatment? But surprise came when 3 months later, when my gastroscopy was done, and my specialist calls me from the hospital. And over here, I know about India, but I don't know about over here. But yes, over here we do have this thing that people do not get calls from specialists. They get calls from your general practitioners only if there is something is wrong about your reports. If the report is okay, you don't even get a call about that. If there is a problem, your GP calls. If there is a serious problem like cancer or something, then it is up to that again my medical knowledge comes in handy, that your specialist calls you, because it is about who is going to break the news to the person, who is going to handle that person. So I got a call from my specialist, and I was literally scared. Well, I had to deal with it. I'm talking to my specialist, and he's saying, I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. And I'm kind of going, come on, tell me what's wrong. Like, come on, guys, you need to tell me. And he says, finally, like about 15 minutes, he says, there is no swelling. There is no, like, your villi have grown back completely. I cannot believe how can that happen in 3 months. Like, when I spoke to you 3 months ago, you were in a really, really bad state. And I had a shock of my life, and I said, even I can't believe you. Can you please send me the reports, because I want to see them myself. And yes, he did send me the reports, which I will upload sometime. And I was odd, because I had seen my first report where there was a complete atrophy. That means my intestines were completely dead. And on the other hand, I had a report where my villi had completely grown. My intestines were naturally cured. And then I spoke to my gastroenterologist, and I told him, I said, this is what I have been doing. He said, just continue what you have been doing. This is very good news, and we are really happy about it. So that started my journey. Then I decided that, okay, if food can heal, then why not help other people about this thing? This technique which I use has been researched in US. It has received Nobel Prize. It is well versed, and I have been using it to induce growth hormones in people, which in turn, the toxic cells of the people, I help them to flush them out, and with that comes your recovery. So then I got in touch with few of my doctor friends, and we went on to do some healing with food for some patients with epilepsy, thyroid, PCOS, or PCOS as people call it, diabetes, of course. This is also helpful for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The research for cancer is still on, so I won't comment on that, but so the research is on for that one. But as I said, being a perfectionist, I had to do my own research before I could do it to people. So I went on and I made sure that, you know, somebody is being treated from my techniques before I go ahead to do this thing. And a few years ago, we did that with the help of my few friends, my doctor friends, thanks to all of them. And we, they were successfully treated. And imagine young girls who were having PCOS, who could be infertile, who could not have babies, or who were having, miscarriages, who were having uh, bad periods. We were having epileptic patients who could not be cured with medicine. They were getting healed. It was so amazing. And then comes the diabetes. Yes, the diabetes being reversed. That was the most amazing part for me because, as I said, my family history is diabetic. And I have seen my own grandfather, and that's what scares me about diabetes. That I have seen my own grandfather, his both legs were amputated with diabetes, my maternal grandfather. My mom had diabetes. My brother had diabetes. So, and I told you I was already at risk of it. So I was really, really happy. It was a potluck for me. So that's where I decided, okay, we are going to help all the people now. And then started my program. Okay, now a little bit about diabetes. Who all knows about, who all considers that diabetes is just a management of your sugar levels? Who does? Anybody? Anybody who would like to respond? Who thinks that diabetes is just getting your sugar levels down and that's about it? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Now, I like to say that's where you all are mistaken. Yes, you're right. It's not only these things, it's not only getting your sugar levels down. Diabetes is much more than that. Diabetes is one disease which I can, like in a layman's language, I like to say that it preys upon you. Just like you leave some sugar somewhere and you see a lot of ants, they'll come, they'll take the sugar and they'll empty the space. Similarly, if you look at diabetes is the same. It's a lot of sugar inside your body, just talking in layman's term for now, in your body, and your body is being emptied every single day. Do you know that people who are diabetic, 5 to 10% of their lifespan, 5 to 10 years of their lifespan is decreased due to diabetes? Major thing. Why deal with it when you can have a diabetes-free life? So another thing which I would like to say, 30% of strokes happen more to diabetics as compared to normal people. Sorry, once again, I'm sorry. Sorry, sorry. My AirPod. It's a leading cause of blindness. It is also one big cause of heart attacks. 40% of people who are diabetic, 40% of chances are increased in a diabetic patient when of heart attack. That is if you're a diabetic. 50% of kidney failures. There are amputations, as I've already told you. And people going through dialysis. There are so many expensive things, and hello. So going through dialysis, going through amputations, it is a big struggle, and then not able to eat what you want to eat. Why should we do that when you can? So there comes the reversal of diabetes then. That, okay, what would you do if you were a diabetic and you had these complications, which obviously sometimes they take a long time. There's nephropathy, there is neuropathy. I can go on, the list is endless. I just gave you a few numbers, but the list is endless. So what would you do when, if you have diabetes and you have complications which you start to notice, like paralysis, there is tingling sensation, there is, you have to go to the toilet, you have to wake up in the night, and obviously sleep again. If you're not, if you're sleep deprived, if you're not sleeping properly, you are again prone to more diseases. So it is a vicious kind of a circle. So how would you go about reversing your complications? What is the best way you think that that the complications could be reversed? Anyone? Anyone? Absolutely. Having no diabetes. Simple. And the most perfect solution. Having no diabetes. No diabetes means no complications, means you can eat everything. Yes, you can't go like a diabetic will always be a diabetic, just like I'm a celiac, so I will be termed as a celiac for lifetime. But now I have few advantages as well because of having reversed it. Similarly, no diabetes means no complications. Simple. So why not reverse your diabetes? Why worry about, yeah, you can't go gaga over having chocolates or having desserts 3 times a day. I'm not saying that, but yes, you can have your share. And what could be the best part of being so, like, so close to this? When we've had people who have had 500 milligrams of more of millimoles or different units in different countries. They have different kind of levels, and I've even had a coma patient where you cannot eat anything. You are not allowed to eat anything, and you're back to eating your normal food, and all you have is like, okay, you can enjoy your dessert, you can enjoy your fruits, you can enjoy whatever you want, everything in a limit. Just like in normal life we say, excess of everything is bad. So enjoy your food in a limit. So how do we go about reversing this now? If you have heard about Dr. Jason Fung, by the way, if anybody has, he says insulin is toxic, and it indeed is. Not the body produced one, but once we start getting the synthetic insulin or the human insulin as well. Remember, we have to think of one thing, that we try things from every single person. You know, when we start trying, we try things from people like my neighbors. Okay, my neighbor has a diabetic, is a diabetic. His doctor suggested something. Let's try it. Okay, my friend is a diabetic. He got some kind of a tip, or he went onto internet and he searched something. Oh, okay, this is a good tip. Let's try it. But remember, one size doesn't fit all. And second thing, my neighbor's diabetes is not same as your grandma's diabetes. Every single case is different, and every single case is unique. So every case has to be analyzed differently and then treated according to it. Now, so with all these complications, basically for now, for today, I'm going to talk about how we are going to lower the risk of being induced into these complications and getting back to the sugar levels, yes, reversal is definitely the best thing. Go for diabetes reversal. I do help patients with that. But for now, we are talking about reversing the complications. So that means controlling your blood sugar levels. Now, with controlling your blood sugar levels, a lot of people have tried a lot of things. Lot of things. They have tried paleo, vegan, ketogenic diets. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a bit of hard time stabilizing everything. I hope you guys don't mind. So there's paleo, there's vegan, there is carb cycling, there is ketogenic diet, there is a gluten-free diet, of course, which also helps in lowering your sugar levels. But in a way, it also helps in increasing your sugar levels because gluten-free is a food, everything is more sweeter inside. Remember, there is hidden sugar in every single thing you are eating. So moderation, yes. Now, what do I help people with? I like to induce the growth hormones, as I was saying, naturally with your food, maintaining your sugar levels to a normal range. Again, with your food, not with any other food, with your food, with your kind of food, because I have had that trouble where I had to deal with breads and stuff. So I understand that you cannot leave your food. So I can promise you one thing. I work with all kinds of diets, Mediterranean for that reason. People consider it very good for diabetics. Low carb is also very good for diabetics. But that doesn't mean you can't have a high carb diet because, again, being an Indian, come on, we were born having high carb diets. We cannot deny that fact. We have lived throughout our life having high carbs. So for me, the things come very simple. That, okay, let's go to the base, let's try and deal with this thing, and let's try reduce the symptoms so that less sugar, less diabetes, less complications. This is a bit more comfortable for me, so I'm going to shift it to here. Now, my tips are very simple. Deal with every disease is an inflammatory disease. Deal with the inflammation. Reduce the toxins in your body. One tip which I generally like to give to every single person, especially who is going to remove the toxins from the body, is that I tell them to have water of coriander. How many of you know about coriander? Let's have a yes or no. Yes or no? Okay, a very simple thing. People are welcome to ask me any questions, and so are my patients. But coriander, you take a spoonful of coriander seeds, boil it in 1.5 glasses of water. Lisa, no, you don't know about coriander. Okay. Karen, you also don't know. Okay. Have you heard about coriander seeds? Have you heard about coriander seeds? Okay, I'll continue with my tip. So what you do is take 1 spoon, big spoon, tablespoon of coriander seeds, boil it in 1.5 glasses of water, and boil it to the level where it's just half a glass of water left. Have it first thing, like make it in the morning and have it first thing in the morning. It helps. Now, you would think, why would it help? I thought so too. But as I said, my Indian knowledge of herbs, my being a doctor, so many things came handy which helped me that, okay, why would this work? Very simply saying, it's a diuretic. It makes you go to the toilet more. More you go to the toilet, more you remove the toxins from your body. More toxins are being removed, That means it's giving more space for good cells, for new cells to come into that place, and for good cells, that means your reduction of sugar, and that means your reduction of diabetes as well. So try this tip every single day for a month. Let me know. You are welcome to send me messages, go into my group, whatever you want to, or put on my page. Try it for a month. Let me know how you see the results. Another thing, people often say we have ample water, or it's winters, they don't have ample water. Sometimes people say we don't have time. And there are a lot of things people say. You have to create habits. And to create a habit, it is very simple. Use it by attaching it to another habit. You know what I used to do? Because I have a very sedentary lifestyle, because I work from home, I'm working through video calls worldwide. I don't need to go out of the home. I don't need to dress up. I could be working in my PJs. No, I am dressed up, but I could be working in my shorts for all that. I don't need to get up from my bed. But that makes my lifestyle very sedentary. So what I did was I used my, now this is going to sound a little funny, but I used my going to toilet, which again, okay, sorry, I should go without earphones. Sorry about that. So, which actually means that going to toilet is something, it's a nature's call, you can't avoid it. How long will you avoid it? So I started to use that for two things. One, for water. Because in winters, most of the times, and all of you I think are from right now in winters, even if you measure your water, most of the times you don't feel like drinking water. Or as I said, if you're busy, what do you do? Well, the most easiest thing to do is have a glass of water when you come out of the toilet. Just make it a habit. What will that do? It will go, let me make you go to the toilet once again after 1 hour. Another 1 hour, you go to the toilet, you come out of the toilet, you have another glass of water. That is not spoiling your routine. That is not, you have to go to the toilet, as I said, and that means that you are getting your ample quota of water without being your busyness. It has just created a habit for you. I have suggested this even in hospitals to the nurses, because they are the ones who are always running around the patients, helping people, but they themselves are not getting enough water, and water is required to flush out the toxins. So this is what I did. But what did I do for my sedentary lifestyle? No, I didn't park my car any, further away, because I buy my groceries, say, once in 2 weeks, and buy enough of them. I don't like to go outside every single day buying groceries. I have more work to do. So parking the car a little bit further away, all those things you have heard about, I'm not going to talk about it. What I did was, I made another habit of mine. If I had to go to the toilet, which obviously I had to every 1 hour, I made it a point that I wouldn't go to the toilet, which was on the ground floor of my home. I used to go onto the first floor. So if I was going to the toilet 10 times a day, that meant I was 10 times I was climbing the stairs, and I was running back down the stairs. That gave me my exercise. That gave me a little bit of exercise, not a lot, but yes, something is definitely better than other. That's what I did. Imagine I got up to 70 kilos. Yes, obesity is also one of the diabetics risks. But me being a celiac, surprisingly, celiacs are malnourished. They lose weight a lot. But I was one of the strange people who actually gained weight. I went up to 70 kilos, and I had been 46 kgs throughout my life. And now I am about 56, 57 kilos. I want to be 50. Everybody wants to be slimmer than they are. That's why we are females. But yeah. So I want to be 50 because I was always 46 and I think 46 was too low. I want to be 50. So now what does that mean to me? How am I going to deal with that? First was obviously taking care of my disease. Second was doing a little bit of exercise, which I really used to get. And no, I'm not fond of gyms. I'm not fond of going to any of those, you know, yes, I'm fond of adventure sports, but then they don't happen every day. And last year has been, God, you couldn't even walk your dog. How would you do that? So, yes. But I made my diet in such a way that you can eat everything and still lose weight. Now, with diabetes as well, many people gain weight, which is natural. But what you don't realize is that it is insulin resistance. Diabetes is insulin resistance. Your pancreas, either they're not working properly or they're working properly, but they're not giving you enough insulin anymore because pancreas needs to rest. We've already troubled it a lot. So let it rest for some time. But I have created that kind of a diet where you can have whatever you like. Yes, I see to it that your portions are how not like I don't even portion the stuff, but that okay, that I see to it what I want is there in your diet. Other than that, it is up to you what you want to eat. I will not go on that. So up to you. Like if I want some kind of say ginger, yes, a very common household thing. Everybody uses ginger at their home. I use it. Why? It's anti-inflammatory. And I told you, every disease is inflammatory from the cellular level. The cells inflame, they start getting inflamed, they start creating more issues. Then the next cell gets inflamed, and that is where they are not producing the bad cells, the new cell, they're not producing the good cells, the bad cells are staying there. And in diabetes, especially, what happens is that the glucogenesis, the process gets stopped in your muscles because it's there and it's not getting broken down. So that's why initially I said people go randomly searching, joining groups and saying that, oh, okay, I'll do a keto diet. Oh, okay, I'll do a low carb diet. Oh, okay, I'll do a Mediterranean diet. I'll do a paleo. I'll do vegan. But really, is it helping you or is it disturbing your lifestyle? It is disturbing you because you're not used to eating those things. And if your body is not used to eating those things and you are not comfortable eating, even if you might get comfortable eating those things, you will still crave for the stuff you had been eating throughout your life. So what about that? You can't give it up for life. That's why I said I make sure that you guys get the foods what I want, and after that you eat whatever you like. The ball is in your court. Yeah, don't go crazy while I'm healing you, but after that I even allow you to be crazy. Because my belief is that diabetes is considered reversed if you are without medicine after 1 year of diabetes reversal and within the normal sugar levels. Some people, I've met a few people in my industry, they say they put up a course for 25 days, they put you on a strict diet, and they say that, okay, maximum 28 days, if your blood sugar level is normal, that means your diabetes is reversed. I have a conflict with that. That one, you are putting them on your kind of a diet, not on people's food. Second thing is that 25 days, anybody can control their food habits and they can get down to the normal sugar levels. But what about after that? Who's responsible? If you're charging them, who's responsible for them? So for me, it means 1 year. After it has been reversed, 1 year of no medicine and normal blood sugar levels. then I believe it is reversed. Yes, it might come back after 5-10 years again if you are not considerate enough, but that is up to you, because I am here to give you a lifestyle. If you adhere to that lifestyle, which is as simple as coriander water I told you, similarly, so if you adhere to those things, well, you won't have an issue again. As I was telling you, ginger, a very normal food in our life. No, our elders used to tell us to eat ginger. It's good for your digestive system. We have stopped listening to them, or we have gone a lot into going to the market, into the easy way of getting it. Well, if you don't have a way of making it, then it's different. But if you can, like I make my ginger pickle myself, it's simple. Wash it, cut it into thin slices, put it into the vinegar, a little bit of salt, and it is there for 6 months or more. I eat it with my every meal. And yes, I'm sitting here in front of you, I'm wearing only lipstick and no makeup, just to show you how healthy I look. I hope I'm looking healthy. But it is just to show you. So yes, lipstick is my thing, I do wear it, but other than that, I'm not wearing any makeup, so that you guys can see. And if you want, I can post my previous photographs where you would see me like a dead meat. So going back to ginger. So it's simple, putting ginger like this and eating it with every meal. If you can't do it now, you are too unwell, well, go to any, well, these days even Woolies and Coles have them, but you can go to any Asian shop, you can go to Chinese shop, they have it for sushi, the ginger, you can have it. What I personally like to do, what most of the Indians actually, the elderly people did, and as I said, we have stopped doing because of different things in our life, because we just don't believe in them. But we are listening to new fads and new lives and new stuff, and trying, let's say, trying different with things which are more processed than something which is naturally created. I like natural stuff. So when we were, when I was a child, and I remember I wasn't given any tea while I was young, but when I grew up, I was allowed tea because my mom, well, a lot of Indians believe that if you have tea, you get a darker skin, and my mom always wanted me to be fair. So I started getting my tea only after 10th grade or something, when I was studying for my exams, and I was allowed to, or I was allowed tea if I had very bad cold. And then what kind of a tea I used to get? Ginger tea. What for? Because it is soothing for your cough. It is soothing for your throat. But also, ginger is an anti-inflammatory. How can we forget that? Every winters, throughout the winters, the first tea in the morning used to be the ginger tea, and not the packet bought ginger tea from the market. No, that's again processed. Simply using the fresh ginger, crushing it, just too little, just this much of ginger piece, say 2 inch of slice, thin slice, crushing it, boiling it in water, and making your tea. That's about it. Simple as that. And now I say these things to people. Go for it. Have it. And especially these days, because you guys are having winters now. Summers is a not good time for having excessive ginger, because excessive ginger would mean that you would come up with rashes or something. It's hot, basically. So, but all those people who are still in their winters or who are jumping into their spring season, you can still have it for 1 month. And you can, change it, like you can just keep the boiled water. Let's say you make 1 jug of water, and you can have that warm water throughout the day, and see your inflammation go away. It will help you. It will help you reduce your blood sugar levels. Another thing, fenugreek. Anybody heard of Fenugreek? My dad used to have it. A lot of people in India, they make their food, like they make a vegetable, but it also comes in seeds. So anybody heard of Fenugreek seeds? Yes? No? Okay. Again, your best shop, the herb stop. So you can get the Fenugreek seeds from, again, Bullies, Coles, or any Indian shop. You soak them into the water overnight, have it in the day. I would even like to chew the fenugreek seeds because they have their benefits. I won't throw any of those. The fenugreek seeds are one of biggest things which help you with your blood sugar levels. I realized it too late. But when I realized it, I put it into my meals. Yes, in India, one thing which we do have, no, I'm sitting in Melbourne. Yes, I'm talking about India because I have a heritage from India, but that we eat pickles in which there is fenugreek seeds. So you are getting the benefit of fenugreek seeds, which we never understood. And what happens now? We don't eat pickles. Why? Because nobody is making them anymore. And we find them too expensive or something like not necessary kind of thing to buy from the grocery stores. Trust me, they are your best friends. All those who go for the fermented foods, you must have heard about kefir, you must have heard about sauerkraut, so you must have heard about kombucha, all the fermented foods that you guys have. Come on, we used to have a lot of them, and pickles is one of them. Go for it, enjoy your life. Life is meant to be enjoyed. You are not limited in your options. What you are limiting is the belief that you have a disease and you can't eat anything. You need to get creative, as I like to say. Get creative with your disease, just like I did. So, coriander water, your ginger water, your fenugreeks. You even get fresh fenugreeks, which you can use in your flour, and you can make chapati or flatbread out of it. You can even you can make vegetable with fenugreek. So there are a lot of options. Use them. Then there would be something, again, very simple. There is this thing called fennel seeds. Now, who all has heard about fennel seeds? Come on. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Very common in our lives, right? So the fennel seeds, best for the digestive system, best for reducing your weight, best for your blood sugar levels. Go for it. Once your blood sugar levels are normal, your complications would be gone. Right? Now, I have spoken so much about this thing. So I would like to ask you, is there anything that you want to ask me? Well, I've been speaking for 49 minutes. God, I didn't even realize that. So anything you guys want to ask me before I continue further? Okay, how do I help? We have a small team. We do this thing people to people. What I do is I like to monitor my patients myself. So what we do is we take the case, and I take very limited cases. So for me, if you say that why are your prices high, I would first answer that I give quality versus quantity. And I'm sure you guys don't want to mess with your health. You wouldn't like your health to be compromised just because of some discounts or something. Yeah, I might give some if I feel like it, but usually I have to look after my team as well, who's looking after you. So what we do is we book an appointment with you. After that, My first appointment is the most expensive one because it goes for more than 1.5 hours, where I go assessing your food habits from what you eat down to your salt, your oil, every single thing. I go through them. And after I go through them, then I will do a case study with you, not with you, sorry. I will do the case study of your case. And once I've done the case study, then I'll revert back to you that, okay, because as I said, disease doesn't come alone. It comes with a lot of other issues as well. So I have to look after the other issues as well. So that's what I do. And then I revert back to you that, okay, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to eat. This is what you are going to incorporate into your lifestyle. And I'm open to everybody that, okay, you have a craving, come to me. You have an issue, come to me. You are stressed, come to me. Open. Because if you don't tell me your issue, how am I supposed to help you? Similarly, so what we do is, once I have assessed your case, we give you, like I send you the how to go about it, and I also give you a call and I discuss it with you, so that if you have any questions, we can go over them. And then what next happens is that you are put into a personal group with a meal chef. Just in case you want some recipes, you are bored with your recipes, you are more than welcome to discuss it with our meal chef. So it's a personal group in which there is an accountability manager. 24/7, he or she, whosoever is there, is available for you. You get a personal trainer only if you want to. I do not insist upon exercises because I know the kind of people I'm dealing with. It is very easy for people to say, go have proper food, exercise, you will be fine. They do not consider elderly people, they do not consider people who cannot walk, they do not consider people who are bedridden. There are so many things. So until I have reached that stage where I can say that, okay, now go for a walk, I will not push you for exercise. I will reverse only with your food. And that's how I do it. So there's a meal chef in your group, personal trainer only if you have opted for it. There's an accountability manager 24/7, so that if in case, because with diabetes we have to be very careful that in case something happens, because we are more worried about hypoglycemia than hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia is manageable. Hypo, that means low blood sugar, will we run a risk of going into in a hypoglycemic coma, and I would not like that to happen. So if you're feeling something, you're not feeling well, there's something going on, just write into that group that somebody will answer you over there. If you take the highest package, I offer 3 packages, but if you take the highest package, which I prefer for the complex cases, then I am your accountability manager, and you can text me personally or call me personally even in the middle of the night, and I'll be there to help you. So I'll be there to help you because I have to be answerable to my people. That's why I said I don't take a lot of clients. I take very limited clients because we need to be confident that we are healing them properly. Then after accountability manager, yeah, as I said, I am there. I will be there in every group, irrespective of the fact I am your accountability manager or not. Yes, I will not answer you in the other packages. If you are in my package, yes, then I am the one who's responsible for you. So there are 3-4 people in your personalized group in which you can ask any kind of a question without any hesitation. There are different types of appointments or different types of packages which we can always discuss. I'll post it up later on. So that's how we help them. Yes, I want a minimum commitment of 3 months because it takes 3 months to see the differences. And after that, it depends on the complexity of the cases. And sometimes some people require more time, some people require lesser time. But usually within 6 months to 1 year, we have seen very, very good results. Like 3 months, we have seen incredibly good results. But the complete reversal of diabetes takes about 6 months to 1 year. you will resolve your complications in about 3 months. Sorry, there's some noise. Sorry. It's a sunny day, people like to go out. And I chose a beautiful spot. Okay, so this is how I do it. Who is this for? Definitely for the people who consider their health more important than anything else. It's important who have the zeal, the vision of living diabetes free. It's for the people who want to live without the complications, live without the diabetes, eat what they want to eat, and be happy about their life. Come on, it's a small life. You want to enjoy it. You don't want to ruin your life thinking about, okay, what should do I do? Okay, I'm at my, I'm at my wit's end. I can't eat. Uh, Not those. So somebody who has zeal for life, who it isn't for, and yes, I'm going to sound rude in this, but somebody who's seeking sympathies, somebody who just is comfortable in his zone, in his life, that, okay, I am diabetic, no problem. The government is giving me subsidy for the medicine, and I am being charged only this much amount for the medicine. And, or they like to make excuses. My husband doesn't let me do this. I can't do this. Have you ever tried to do this before you say you can't do this? You can't say you can't do this until you have tried it. Exactly. So you have to give it a try before you say that, oh, okay, I can't do it. Or my husband wouldn't let you do it, because that is what we are here for. We are trying to incorporate into your lifestyle so that you can do it without getting affected by other people, or without affecting other people for that reason. So it's not for the crybabies. It's for the people who have the zeal for their life, who want to live the life to the fullest, who know that this is the one life we have and this is what we want out of this life. So this is what I wanted to say. I've given you a few tips. Any questions you guys have, please let me know. Otherwise, I would like to go back to my home because it is getting too hot in here. Anybody? Okay, great. So thank you guys for your time, and I really appreciate you guys coming and giving me your time. And as I said, you have you are already on my page, so you can leave your questions there. You can inbox us, and you can ask any questions you might have. The price packages, whatever you want to. I've given you quite a few tips in your session today, so you'll enjoy your session and try those tips and let me know in months time how did you go with them. And until then, have a good time, enjoy yourself, love you guys, love you, bye.